Oh my god, it's working. Oh my god. I think. Is it? Hang on. Oh, thank fuck. Right, I'll return. Jesus Christ. Right, but finally. 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 Jesus. Jesus, man. I think everything's working fine. Right, hang on. Is it, everything's fine? Oh my god, finally. That's taken way too bloody long to do that. Right. I apologise if you hear a dog in the background. Dog's just being annoying. Anyway, we've missed the first opening 8 minutes of qualifying. Welcome to the home of motor races. Beaksy take line there in the Chrome McLaren. Welcome to Silverstone Reverse. We're here for the Reverse British Grand Prix. None the wiser, it'll still be 26 laps around the Silverstone circuit. I believe Duty just went up into the top 3 there for the Red Bull Racing crew. I don't know why Beaksy hasn't got a front wing. Double G as well in the Kick Sauber just moved themselves up into the top 8 now. Top 9, sorry. Yeah, everything is working now, I do believe. I had to. Do you want to know what it was? I lowered the quality by one little click. I lowered like the quality of the stream by one click, and it worked. It's so stupid. Mackie anyway was on that, but not pushing anymore. High wire as well on there out loud. Then the McLaren of I think that's actually Beaksy who hasn't got a front end. We don't know if Beaksy has front wing damage because the game isn't displaying anything for that McLaren. We can just say that their nose has decided to completely fall off. Someone who was on a lap, sorry, Silas Cindy, out of battery and has invalidated their time. So this is something that I did want to talk about as well. The downhill pit lane. That will catch a lot of drivers out, as I believe Katie in the Silver Arrow. I thought there was on a lap. Doesn't seem to be on that particular occasion. Looking at cars behind, there's Alpines. There's an Alpine. There's a Williams who I think might be on a lap. That's a Space Boy who isn't on a lap. Can we find anyone who's on a lap? That would be a good question. Highwire seems to be on the lap, making their way on the exit of Maggots now, down towards Cops Corner, which you do take back, because is it flat or not? I don't know. Based from that, no. As now we make our way down the old pit straight, down towards Woodcote, before entering the tricky braking zone of Luffield. You slam on the anchors just around the 100-metre board, and then rotate the car in through Luffield, then slowly apply the throttle, then get into Brooklands Corner, and then stamp on the throttle. We go down the Wellington Straight, making our way down towards Aintree and the Loop. And Highwire was a 1 minute 02 in the end of the middle sector. And then we go on to braking for the Loop, get the car rotated, and then we enter Village here. A little bit of a wiggle there on the wheel. Apply the throttle on the exit of the corner, then make our way down towards turn number 17 of Tel Farm Curb, and then round Abbey, the flat final corner to the line. P10 for the Racing Bulls at the 127.592. My dog does not like being, actually listening to stuff today, does it? Space Boy has invalidated on their time. As James at the end of the middle sector, 27.290, currently P15 on the grid, 700ths of a second up on their time. If you have just joined us in, we have got 7 minutes 30 left in qualifying here. It's currently Sheehan, the Haas driver, on provisional pole position. They're one of the reserves drivers here. Last week we had our first non-Ferrari or McLaren race winner. That was by the name of Sneck. They're not racing today, and neither is Yuri Aarons, the man chasing championship glory. 15 points behind the man you can see currently second on the provisional qualifying order in P2. Welcome, and speaking of the devil, welcome into the Twitch chat, Yuri. As we go down the Wellington Straight with James, 2/10 up at the end of the middle sector, making our way down towards turn number 14 and turn number 15 of Aintree, and then go on to braking for the Loop. Just then before Aintree, and then we go into Village, put the foot to the floor. Then we make our way down towards Farm Cover. Sheehan takes a monumental gap now, 25.6. We're watching their teammate come to the line, out of Abbey to the line, P11 for James, but their teammate, crucially, extending their margin ahead of the rest to now make it a 4.5 10-second gap. ahead of the rest of the field. And Sheehan, there's another driver who is to have no nose on that car. Well, I can say bye-bye to the championship. Yuri, you said this to me. There's another car. It's shouted. Why so many cars got no noses? Let's watch this anyway. It's the championship leader then, who currently has 259 points to their name, a tenth and a bit up already at the end of the first sector. We go through Chapel, then Beckett's, and then we go on the exit of Maggots, foot to the floor, all the way through the wall of the exit, and then making their way down towards Copse Corner. You approach it at 310 kilometers an hour. Sheldon B, a driver who we know has confidence, is able to take it flat in 8th gear. Now down the old pit straight, down towards Woodcote, which is flat out and always, and down under braking just after the 100-meter balls for Luffield. Get the car rotated in, apply minor throttle, don't do it too much, then you go full throttle just before the entry of Brooklands, put the throttle on, and then make our way down the Wellington straight. End of the middle sector for the championship leader, 2/10 to the good, looking to try and find a monumental final sector. Another 2/10 needed to at least rival the provisional pole time set by Sheehan in the Haas. We make our way through Village and then foot to the floor once again, plenty of batch to the line, making our way through Farm Curve, then towards the final corner of Abbey Corner. Flat round the final corner, the championship leader to the line, improves to a 25.895, but that's over 2.5 tenths away from the time set by this man as Sheehan. And there is Shalaby absolutely taking it flat out to ensure they can make it back again for another lap. The Alpines as well having a good qualifying so far. 5 minutes remaining on the clock as Theo Golden Baller runs a little bit wide to the grass on one of their in-laps. Alpine running 3rd and 4th provisionally. Then it's Red Bull running 5th, and then the other driver currently last. Solar Cindy as well, I believe. I think they Tanny Jan and Solar Cindy have just qualifying bans in this particular session. Shall be 1.8 seconds up. What a first sector. Spaceboy as well, probably another one that has a thingy qualifying ban. Pulitzer crisp, but also I don't lose a lot of points. Speaking of the points gap, the gap is currently 15 points between Yuri and Shalaby in the Drivers' Championship. The Constructors is as good as sealed, right? McLaren seem to be continuously running away with it as the races go on by. If Shalaby was to win today and get the fastest, that's a 31-point swing in favour of Shalaby, which would make the gap go up to 46 points as we go through Farm Curve and Abbey, with Beaksy beginning yet another lap here in qualifying. Do you want to make sure no one else is on laps as we watch the rest of the field? I can't switch to someone. I can't switch up for some reason. Oh, there we go. What about Double G? I think Double G might be on that, making their way through the loop and then through Village Corner. Put the foot to the floor, make our way towards Farm Curve. 3 minutes 45 remaining in the session. Double G finishing their lap round Abbey towards the line with the Kick Sauber up into the top 8 for the Kick Sauber. 4 milliseconds ahead of Mindmaster in the Williams Mercedes racing car as Fortis will race to get back to the pit lane. You can see there, not going to practice any pit entry, no nonsense, straight flat out into the box. We'll go back to Beaksy though, who is pushing on in that chrome McLaren, making our way through Copse Corner. Nowhere near as much confidence as Sheldon B, who was able to take it flat. Beaksy having to go down to 7th with a lift as well. Make our way down towards, on the exit of Woodcote, down and towards the braking for Luffield. And Beaksy in the McLaren, one of their teammates, currently is a 25.8. They are currently set up to 27.6. 1.8 second difference between the two McLarens. We apply the throttle down the Wellington straight on the exit of Brooklands. 3.5 tenths up, almost 4 tenths up for the McLaren, making their way through the loop, through entry, then in towards the loop. Get the car rotated. I still find it funny that there's no front end on that car. Then we apply the throttle. I imagine this has been a game-long bug as we make our way through Farm Curve, then flat through Abbey, and towards the line we go with the McLaren up into the top 12, and that will probably be their bid done for qualifying. But I do have to see 2.4 laps of fuel on that car, as Double G obviously not pushing on. So we'll wait to see. Will we get Kick Sauber up first? Although no. The only remaining driver in the session who hasn't set a lap time, the Kick Sauber, makes their way on the exit of Stowe Corner, down the hangar straight. On their outlap, Double G and Beaksy will race to get back to pit lane. Beaksy, by the way, has got fuel, I believe, for another run. See, I think it's like, says 2 point something laps of fuel remaining on their car. I hope for Sheehan P1. We all do. We all hope that Sheehan can finally get that glory he deserves after the dismay of luck in Texas, and then the bottle in Imola, and then obviously last time out when re-raced at Zandvoort. Just not much pace in terms of fighting with the top 3. Anywho, none the wiser. It will be up first. It will be Beaksy who should be able to go once again. I thought that was raining for a minute then, but my eyes are deceiving me. Is it? No, it's not. My eyes are deceiving me. Anyway, just some facts about this Silverstone circuit. Doesn't matter if it's forward or reverse. There is 18 corners here, but in terms of corners to the left or the right, I didn't actually do the maths. Just whatever it is forward, change it around. Lap length of 5.891 kilometers per lap. Race distance will be 153.099 for the race. Like the first ever Grand Prix held here was, I believe, it was the opening round of the Formula One World Championship all those years ago, back in 1950. We're on the 76th year of this Formula One World Championship with the contributing factor. Silverstone into the gravel goes the McLaren. Qualifying done. Roll on RVK, making their way on the exit of Stone, down the hanger straight. The McLaren will keep on the grass, giving the Silverstone circuit a free cut, as there was a very low drop in frames there as we make our way through Beckett's, then through Maggots, and on the exit of Maggots, foot will stay to the floor, and it is so sketchy through there, making their way now down towards Copse Corner. RVK currently sat P11, has got the chance to jump up a couple of positions. They are just 1 millisecond over a tenth behind P8 on the exit of Woodcote, down towards Luffield, then breaking around the 100-meter board, get the car rotated in. The pink Racing Bulls, which was used in Miami last season. For this weekend in real life, we're heading to Miami, and at 2.5 tenths up for RVK, looking to at least maybe jump up to P7. Double G, Mackie, and Herbie are the three drivers who are not going to be improving on their time. So the Cindy Spaceboy and Tanidran have retired from the session. RVK then on the exit of Village, foot to the floor, make our way through Farm Curve, and then through Abbey Corner and towards the line. Racing Bulls, what have you got there? There's a top 7 for RVK. Over to the teammate of Highwire, who seems to be slightly improving at the end of the two sectors. We make our way through Village before Farm and Abbey. Foot to the floor once again. I don't think they are going to be improving though. It doesn't seem to be making them up not enough time as they make their way through Abbey and towards the line with the Racing Bulls. Not improving on their time. They do improve their time by a tenth. Didn't think they was going to be able to. Over to maybe Double G, who's not improving on their time. What about Showlenby? I wonder what Showlenby, as the championship leader, making their way through the final couple of corners. Sheehan improves to a 25.361. It's over to the championship leader to see if they can dislodge the Welshman from the top, through Farm, through Abbey, towards the line, with the championship leader, and they miss out by just over 0.3 of a second. It's pole position for the Haas driver by over 0.3 of a second. Sheehan's on pole position for the reverse British Grand Prix and will lead them from the front of the field ahead of Showlenby. It's an all-Alpine second row. They will be delighted with that. Duty will line up in P5. Mackie in P6, and it's RVK in 7th, who will line up along 40th and 8th. Double G and My Master in 10th, but none the wiser, it's Sheehan on pole position for the Haas crew in Silverstone, at the home of Brutus Motor Racing, who will lead them from the front of the field. By far my best quality, I think. Yeah. Good work from the Flying Dutchmans. I was going to say the Flying Dutchman. There's Flying Dutchmans. There's multiple here. You've got Herbie in 4th, Duty in 5th, and then you've got RVK in 7th. Of the Dutchmans that we have got racing here today, but it's an all British front row. But the home hero Showlenby will line up P2 for their home Grand Prix. Something different that Silverstone crowd are going to see here today, racing backwards around the Silverstone circuit. And if we go based on previous British Grand Prix results, we go to last season where Yuri took pole position, but your race winner was Showlenby. Then in season 2 in the sprint race, Beaksy was on pole, Sneck won that. And then in season 2 for the Grand Prix, Sneck was on pole and Sneck won the Grand Prix. In the season 1 sprint race, Bungus was on pole and Showlenby won that. Then in the season 1 sprint, in the Grand Prix, Showlenby got pole and then Yuri won it. So Yuri has got at least one, has finished P1 in every single type of session here. In qualifying, they finished in first. In the sprint, they have finished in first. And in the Grand Prix, they have finished in first. RVK has said who is readied up. So I don't know if there will be a restart then, considering the fact that RVK has told me who was readied up. We will find out very soon. But nonetheless, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights are on. I've been told it's a restart by Pat Mike. It will be a restart. It will be lights out, but it will be a restart nonetheless here in Silverstone. So let's see who likes to kill each other then. Let's see what happens here. Who goes for murders? I don't think everyone actually knows. So yeah, Pat Mike says restart. So yeah, there you go. There you go. There's the chaos that we was expecting. And Duty Lee. Oh my word. Bilbo leads the British Grand Prix. I thought Bilbo. It's not told me Bilbo's DNF'd. Bilbo. There we go. This is RVK and Noel left now. Please just retire, lads. Hurry up. I was peeing. LOL. Noel, hurry up. Oh, the safety car. Wheel to wheel with the safety car. Oh, Noel, hurry up. No. We're not giving him his attention. So, we're not giving him his attention because he's throwing it. There we go. Took your time, Noel. Anywho. Yeah, that was it for the British Grand Prix. Cheers for joining. I'm joking. Right, so I got a couple of facts about Silverstone here. In TTYB, pole position, apart from the Season 2 Grand Prix, pole position's never won here in Silverstone. Only one of the last, I mean, if including sprint races, one out of the last 5 races we've had here, pole was won once. So there's a 20% chance that Sheehan wins today, based from the stats. The Silverstone circuit is the Silverstone circuit. Obviously, it has been spoken about a lot how it is where it's located. Silverstone circuit was located on the site of the RAF Silverstone, former World War II Royal Air Force. Another thing, in 1969, Jackie Stewart won the British Grand Prix, but also lapped everyone in the process. So I don't think we'll see that. I don't think we will see that today, as Sheehan has left the lobby for whatever reason. I don't think we'll see the likes of Sheehan and Shelby lapping everyone. A couple cars might get lapped here if they have some misfortune. Around Silverstone, an average speed of 145 miles per hour here. Silverstone, across the course of its existence, has had 6 different configurations. If you don't know what I mean by configurations, 6 different layouts. So like there's different types of corners, etc. Like I've already mentioned, Snecks win in Zandvoort in the Formula 2 cars last time out was the first non-McLaren / Ferrari victory in the course of this season 4. Obviously, 18 corners. Let's figure out, hang on, how many are to the left and how many to the right? Hang on. Okay, this is going to be confusing. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. 10 to the right and 8 to the left. There you go. 10 to the right, 8 to the left. Obviously, the favoured overtaking spots in Silverstone reverse will be turns 1, 2, and 3, turn 4 as well if you want a cheeky dive, turn 5 because that's one of the that's one of 2 DRS zones. Maybe into turn 12 as well because that in the Silverstone reverse circuit. That is where the DRS is located, on the old pit straight. DRS is there. So 12 and 13 could be favoured for overtakes. Turn 15 as well. Obviously a bit sketchy going wheel to wheel through there, but it's possible. Then that will lead into 16, 17 and 18. For people who aren't familiar with the corner numbers, turn 1 is Abbey. No, sorry, turn 1 is Club. I've got it wrong already. Turn 1 is Club, turn 2 is Vale. Turn 2 to 3 is Vale. Turn 4 is Stowe. Turn 5 is Chapel. Turn 6 to 9... because it's backwards, I'm calling it Beggarts and Maggots. I'm going to get that name wrong all day. Beckett's and Maggots. That's what it's called. Turn 10 is Copse. Turn 11 is Woodcote. Turn 12 is Luffield. Turn 13 is Brooklands. Turn 14 is Aintree. Turn 15 is The Loop. Turn 16... No. What have I written wrong? I've written entry twice. Turn 16 is village, turn 17 is farm curb, and then turn 18 is abbey. Obviously, then the straights. The straights between turn number 4 of Stowe and turn 5 of Chapel, that is the Hanger Straight. The straights between turn 10 to 12 of Cops and Luffield, that is the old pit straight. The straight between turns 13 to 14, those corners being Brooklands and Aintree, that is the Wellington Straight, and then the turns between turn 18 to turn 1, those being Abbey and Club. That is the Sir Lewis Hamilton Straight. Obviously, a couple of drivers we are waiting to get back into the session, which I think is stupid that they've left in the first place. There you go. Sheehan's finally rejoined. It's just an Aston Martin as well, who we are awaiting here. But if we're waiting, people in the chat, who do you reckon is going to win the reverse British Grand Prix here today? Obviously, many contenders here. It'll probably be a duel and dice between I was going to say Sneck then, but Sneck's not here. Between Sheehan and Sheldonby, the championship leader, obviously will want to maximise the potential here at Silverstone. Just waiting for one more driver to make their way into the session. It is an Aston Martin. So Cindy's spectating. Oh, for God's sake, Cindy. Christ. Hang on, I've got time anyway. Right, apologies for that. Next door neighbours, just that they're putting on a bonfire. give me some stock snacks. No. There was someone at the door, and his next door neighbour saying that. Next door neighbours saying that they're doing a bonfire or a fire or whatever. So I had to put the washing in, and then I've closed my windows and the back door. So the dog, so not the dog. so that So the house doesn't stink and reek of smoke, I think I could say. Anywho, we're back. We're ready. I am so back. TTYB is back. It's been a long week. It's one that this is one I'm always excited to commentate. Of course, TTYB never disappoints with action. Obviously, it's unfortunate Carl's not here today, but obviously he should be back next week, which is for the marathon, for the 100% Grand Prix. Obviously, Carl, if you're watching, hope you're doing well. Whatever's the reason you're not able to be here is resolved, if there is an issue. But none the wiser, we have got, I think it's like, RVK, how long is the break? What time are we ready up? You're always watching Twitch, you should be able to reply. I remember you gave us that little dance in Mexico City. But none the wiser, Silverstone circuit reversed. The strategy? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to presume medium hards. Softs are useless. Do not use them. RVK. Do not use the softs. Please. Please. Obviously, corners here become different. Because they're reversed, obviously. Like, what's a prime example of a corner that becomes different? Vale. Vale becomes completely different because of the speed you approach it, right? You approach it through a flat-out corner. What else becomes different? Luffield becomes completely different. Then Brooklands as well, because you can take whatever line you want. What? What, RVK? What? Let me know when you're readying up as well. Let me know when driver's readied up. One thing for certain, will British faith be restored, or will the Welshman come to steal the party? Or can the Jamaican driver, Theo Golden Baller, who lines up third? Fair play to Theo. I haven't really seen them much up here in the top three. And with the likes of Yuri and Snack not here, they got a chance to take charge for the Alpine crew, at least. Earliest driver should be running up at 39. I think it'll be time for another drink at least. Let me make sure my mic's working first. Ah! Right, it's working. So, drivers could be running up now. RBK, if he would be lovely if he would tell us when drivers would be readying up. Obviously, 26 laps to expect around the Silverstone circuit, even though that it is reversed. You nearly made me forget my setup by chatting. LOL. But none the wiser. It's been a week away since we had the long marathon of the Dutch Grand Prix. No one readied up right now. Okay, good. It's been a God. I love getting interrupted by my dog. Anyway, it's been a long week since we last raced in TTYB. Obviously, the Dutch Grand Prix. Oh my God. My parents are probably home then. Yeah, it's them. My parents are home. Thank God. Thank God. First one readied up. Alright, sweet. So, not long to go then, until we begin racing here at Silverstone. Obviously, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights on. Will British faith be restored? 5 on, it's 5 out. And away we go. And it's Sheldon B already to the lead of the British Grand Prix. The British driver leads. Round behind goes the Alpine of Herbie, clattering the breakboard markers. Was the RVK in the Racing Bulls. Yellow flags are behind for Mindmaster and the Williams, who has spun around. There's already a safety car that has been deployed, and we've not even made it to the end of the first sector yet. Here at Silverstone, a safety car already ignited here, and that was a chaos start. But Sheldon B leads the British Grand Prix ahead of Sheehan. That was a perfect start for the McLaren. Up 1 already on the start. That's not what Yuri would have wanted to see here at Silverstone. Safety car deployed already. And what happened at the back? If someone must have lost the front wing for there to be a safety car. Who has it? Who? There you go. There he is. Ttyb has lost their front wing. How much damage is there, though? This is what I'm curious. So, as we look, as the cars dash on by, front wing damage for... Oh. I thought someone else was trying to... There was front wing damage for Beaksy in the McLaren. No. I don't know if there's front wing damage on there. No front wing damage. No front wing for Ttyb. Front wing damage for Space Boy. Front wing damage from Mindmaster, so both Williams have been wounded. No front wing damage for Double G, so it might have been Double G and Mindmaster that came together on the opening corners of the racetrack. 10 positions they've both lost together, and that would probably make sense considering that they started this Grand Prix together. Position change between the two Silver Arrows up ahead. As I now have a chance to properly do this. So, diving into pit lane, who have we got then? Nope. Here comes the Scarlet Ferrari, though, of Taylor O'Brien. There's major front wing damage on that Ferrari. So, a lot of drivers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have 7 drivers in the pit lane. Taylor, RVK, Beaksy, Ttyb, Olel, Mindmaster, and Double G are the 7 cars into pit road. So, new front wing goes onto the Ferrari. New front wing will go onto Ttyb. New front wing, I'm going to presume, for absolutely everyone here. Yeah, RVK as well was a new front wing. This is going to be painful for Mindmaster. They're going to drop to the last here at the British Grand Prix. Let's have a look, now we can have a look at tyres. Everyone's opting for a set of the hard compound tyres here. As the Racing Bulls of RVK got slowed up a little bit there. So, Taylor O'Brien out of all this... has lost 1. He hasn't really lost a lot there. Here at Silverstone. So, none the wiser. Shelby leads the British Grand Prix. They lead at their home circuit, ahead of Sheehan in the Haas. Then it's Duty in the Red Bull, making up 2 positions here. We can now have a look at our positions gained. Only 2 drivers have stayed where they started. Mackie and Spaceboy. Has Fortis stayed where they started? No, Fortis has gained 1. Okay, that's just a visual bug. Fortis up 1 from where they started. So only Mackie and Spaceboy have stayed where they started here. Obviously, chaos on the start here. Solar Cindy has made up 9 positions on the race start. A absolutely flying phenomenon start from the green machine there. And that qualifying ban pretty much erased already here, due to that chaotic start. I don't know how it works around here. When would the safety car get called in? Will it be called in on entry, on the loop? I'm going to presume it would be before entry, maybe halfway down the Wellington Straight. So into pit road comes the Kick Sauber of Noel, who has picked up front wing damage. So they're going to drop now to the back. So that's our 8th driver already. We've not even made it to the end of lap 3, and we've already had 8 pit stops in this Grand Prix. We got to stops there. There you go. You can see 8 drivers will have made their stops when Noel has exited pit lane. So an absolutely chaotic start here in Silverstone. Shelby will lead us on the safety car restart. We'll probably be in this lap, I want to say. Depending on how quickly Noel can come out. This is so well. This is going to be a much more nice pit exit here, because it's just straight. It's just going to be straight, and it feeds you out right into Stone here. So yeah, safety car will probably be in the end of this lap. Anyways, Shelby will lead us away. Safety car, I will presume, will be in this lap, because if we look at the rear of the field, Noel and Mindmaster have just made their way on the exit of Maggots. And through Cops as well. Yeah, they'll be caught up by the time they hit the brakes for Luffield to go on board with Mindmaster in the Williams driver. 10-second time penalty for Beaksy for a collision with Double G. So now, well, Beaksy's going to have to hope that it's not in this lap, but there you go. There's your answer. Beaksy's race down the drain now with that 10-second time penalty here. at the British Grand Prix. We'll watch to the front of the field now. The home hero has led the way. Can he do what Yuri failed to do and win their home Grand Prix? Into neutral went the championship leader. 54 kilometers. When will they decide to put foot to the floor here at Silverstone? They make their way through Village, and they will now go on the exit of Village before Farm Curve and Abbey Corner. It's a lovely restart there, and Duty's already getting close to the rear. We make our way through Abbey, down the Hamilton Straight, down towards Vale and Club. We go through the opening corner race. Further behind, the two Alpines are going wheel to wheel in towards turn 1, and the Alpines swap around with Herbie making do. And there's further behind, our little Space Boy's out before the opening corner, and that's Beaksy out as well. And there's a pile-up, there's a collision there. 10-second time penalty for Herbie for cutting a corner here. It's gone Hail Mary chaos here at Silverstone, and to go on the exit, it's another safety car here at Silverstone. It's another one. I have no idea what's going on. Chaos there is Spaceboy and Beaksy DNFing before they even made it over the line. It's another safety car. We haven't even completed a sector of racing yet. I want some racing, please, lads. Further behind, positions are changing between the Alpine and the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin of Mackey's picked up now front wing damage here. And normally I do like a bit of chaos in these races, but as Mackey's trying just to get that position back, maybe they went towards the safety car. I don't know. I do normally like a bit of chaos, but not to the point where we can't get any racing done. So Sheldon B is just able to just keep his tyres in check here. Does anyone now go for a different strategy? Here comes Herbie into pit lane. They'll be able, that's to serve their 10-second, of course. As in fact, Mackey's continued with their front wing damage. That surprised me. KT's peeled into pit road as well in the Mercedes. Don't know if there's any damage on that Silver Arrow. So Noel's coming for a second stop as well here on those mediums. Probably got to go for the hard tyres. KT hasn't got any front wing damage here. So, no, I got no idea. I have no idea what's going on. We're back behind full caution here in TTYB. Lap 5 of 26. We haven't even had a full sector of racing yet. Strategy. Katie's going for the strategy. So technically now, Katie is the leader of the youngest tyre pit stop brigade. But I mean, has it really made a difference in comparison to the likes of Taylor, Double G, Tanny Drown, Mindmaster, RBK? Because it's just now, at most they've probably got like 3% on their tyres. At most. If they've got more, then my word. So the leaders make their way through Luffield before Brooklands. Sheldon B will lead us on the restart. We'll go racing next lap because the drivers should be caught up. I wouldn't mind if they call it in now, so then we can just try and get some more racing. But it's that opening corner which just invites chaos because it's drivers can take it differently. They sometimes take it flat. They sometimes do a little bit of a lift before the braking because they don't want to risk the lockup. So obviously, safety car will not be in on this lap. Lap 5 of 26. We'll go racing on lap 26. But no, we'll go racing on lap 6, heading on to lap 7. That'll mean we will have 20 racing. I really wonder what happened with Beaksy. She was going into the pits, then decided, no, I won't box. Oh. Lol. Anyway, the man who just spoke in chat is in the pit road. RVK in for, I can only presume, is another set of the hard compound tyres. Beaksy was going into the pits, then DNF. Pits to DNF. Oh, ref, have a word. So, Beaksy's AI has just killed Alel. Oh, his position's changing up ahead. Theo Golden Baller and Mackie are still going down. Mackie's got throbbing damage. They're going to be the champagne cork in the bottle here. And the AI drove into the middle of the track. Oh, crikey. So that's heartbreak for another one of the home heroes here. Alel won't even get to do a racing lap. At full speed. Raw Beans rear-ended him. LOL. Where is Raw Beans? Who is Raw Beans? Anywho, we will go racing under this lap. RBK will be able to catch up to the rear of the field. It's interesting to see how the strategies will prevail here. 20 laps on the set of the hards. We know it's typically a lot around here at Silverstone, considering the fact that a lot more corners become high speed, and there's more places to manage, but then that means more lap time will be given up on. Safety car will be called into the pits at the end of the middle sector split, I can only presume, as we go under the bridge down the Wellington Straight. And once again, we will watch from the rear of the championship leader at his home circuit, racing the wrong way round, which is technically the right way, but is it classed as the wrong way, although it's the right way in this particular occasion? That's a question that everyone will have to answer soon. But through the loop for the 6th time, about to enter lap number 7. We make our way through Village here. Sheehan will not want to get caught out from it once again. Will there be a rinse and repeat of the last safety car restart? Yes, it will on the exit of Village. Down towards Farm Curve and Abbey Corner once again. And once again, Duty staying stuck to the rear of Sheehan in the Haas. And the pole sitter once again will be under pressure. Further behind, Fortis running wheel to wheel with the Ferrari in towards the opening corner. Side-by-side contact and into the gravel goes the Ferrari. Contact between the Mercedes and the Ferrari side-by-side between Cindy and Highwire. And once again, we haven't been able to make a corner without collision. Solar Cindy from last up into 8th, side-by-side behind between Double G and James. Hassan Sauber going wheel to wheel into towards Stowe Corner. We get on the exit, and it's already a 1.2 second lead for the championship leader. Further behind, Nolan Katie run wheel to wheel down the hangar straight down towards Chapel and Maggots and Beckett. Here, side by side, they run. Rounding outside goes Katie, and the Mercedes on the inside goes the Alpine of Herbie. Wheel to wheel with Nolan, then be the outside for Maggots. And we apply the throttle with the Alpine able to get the move on the kick Sauber as they make their way down in towards Cops Corner, and that gap was 1.2 seconds around. Someone's gone around his Highwire in the Racing Bulls, and it's chaos aplenty here at the British Grand Prix. Highwire making sure they rejoin safely. We just caught a glimpse of the spin, and Highwire keeping nicely off the circuit. Probably could have rejoined a little while ago, but back to the race leaders side by side between Katie and Herbie, who's made up yet another position, but the race leaders preparing to do battle. In towards the loop we go on the braking. Sheehan has closed that gap down monumentally here as we go through the Village for the 7th time in this British Grand Prix, and then make our way through Farm Curve on towards Abbey Corner. On towards lap number 8 we go. Further behind, Theo Golden Baller getting close to the rear of Duty as we head down the Hamilton Straight, down towards the opening corner of the racetrack. Theo Golden Baller is getting close to the rear of Duty in the Red Bull, but on this occasion not close enough. And now we'll watch from the championship leader. The race lead could change though as we make our way towards Stowe Corner. Only 7 laps in. What the hell happened? Absolute chaos here that's happened at Silverstone. Bilbo has got murdered by someone as we head down the hangar straight, down towards Beckett's and Maggots, in towards the Chapel, the flat kink. Before the entry of Beckett, no racing happening on this occasion. Further behind, Double G going to try and put Taylor O'Brien under pressure, and the Scarlet Ferrari's hopes of a Constructors' Championship might be dashed. But remember, in the reverse circuit, the old pit straight offers another DRS zone. Make your way through Cops, apply the throttle, apply the battery, heading down towards Woodcote, down towards Luffield Corner. Shannonby, will the defender, yes or no? Sheehan has a little sniff, but on this occasion can't make the move as they go through Luffield. Before Brooklands Corner they go. Shannonby will take that wider line to try and set up the exit, and this layout, there is no DRS down the Wellington Straight, so he's gonna have to sit behind a little while longer here to go through entry in towards the loop. Heavy braking zone for the loop just before Village, and Sheehan is getting a lot of pressure applied to Shannonby, the championship leader who's led the opening 8 laps of their home Grand Prix. Surely a matter of time before it is changed here. Herbie getting close to the rear of My Master with Sheehan setting a new fastest lap. Further ahead, Mackie making moves, losing moves, but then making another move with a plain sailing ERS move on the Hamilton straight in towards Club, making the move ahead of the Silver Arrows. But back to the race leaders. That gap's extended to 9/10 of a second as further behind Theo Goldenballer trying to take the slower entry to get the quicker exit, and then we head down the hangar straight, and I don't think it's going to be a contest here. With the DRS enabled, it might be a contest. We head towards Chapel and Beckett's. They will maybe run wheel to wheel, but Theo Goldenballer will think smarter of it, and there's a chance where it's going to be a rare podium for this driver in the name of Theo Goldenballer for the Alpine crew. They will have to think smarter if they want to make sure of it. Solar Cindy up into 7th here from last as they make their way down towards Cop's Corner here. But now we look to the rear of Theo Goldenballer once again, and the race and the Red Bull being put under pressure here as we make our way down towards Luffield. Theo Goldenballer's going to look for it on the inside, but Duty will slam that door shut as we head through Luffield just before Brooklands here. Further behind, Solar Cindy getting around the outside of the Mercedes. Will be the inside for Brooklands if they can keep it on the inside. Side by side they run, minor contact on the exit of the corner. Better run for Fortis now. We make our way down the Wellington straight, down towards the loop and Aintree. Side by side they will think about going, but in towards Aintree, in towards the braking for the loop. Cindy will fake the move. Then further behind, Herbie making the move on Mindmaster, and the driver was the youngest hard compound tyres, etching their way through the field. Further behind, Theo Goldenballer getting all close to the rear through Abbey, down the Hamilton straight, down towards turn 1 of Club before we enter the chicane of Vale. Look how much more confidence under braking Duty has got. Sheehan starting to close up a bit to the rear of the championship leader Shallonby as we head through Stowe Corner. Then Shallonby will not get a chance this occasion. Someone who might get a chance, Theo in the Alpine. We head on the exit of Stowe Corner, head down the hanging straight, but the dirty air kicks in on the mid corner and just makes them slowly wash out wide. Solar Cindy now getting close to the rear of the Mercedes. We head down the hangar straight, down towards Beckett's corner. Side by side they run. Aston v Mercedes. Aston prevails up into the top 6. From the rear of the field goes Solar Cindy in the green machine, and surely it's a matter of time before the two Aston Martins swap around. But to the front of the field then, Sheehan getting close to the rear of Shallonby, and the McLaren will still keep the lead, but then will the Aston Martins do battle as well? Running outside, Solar Cindy on their teammate will go. Solar Cindy will prevail. Can Fortis maybe do anything about it? No, they won't. And Solar Cindy, we can have a look at positions gained. Solar Cindy up 15 positions here at Silverstone. A monumental opening 10 laps to their Grand Prix as we head down the Wellington straight, down towards Aintree and the loop. Defensive shape being thrown from Mackie. We go on the braking in towards the loop just before Village, then a little bit deep from Mackie. This could open the door for Fortis. Fortis might actually have damage as well, or maybe I'm just seeing things here as Taylor O'Brien has a slightly poor exit here. We make our way through Farm Curve onto Abbey, flat through 18, down the main straight, down the Hamilton straight towards turn 1, and Taylor is gaining and gaining and gaining all the while, but as we hit the brakes for Vale, Taylor runs out wide. Double G goes down on the inside, side by side between the two Ferrari powered machines. Might be on the old switcheroo from the Sauber as they make their way towards Stowe Corner, and Double G will not be close enough on this occasion as we make our way on the exit. Herbie as well getting close to the rear of the kick Sauber, but then the Sauber once again will close up to the rear of the Ferrari. We go on the braking almost flat through Chapel for the heavy braking zone at Beckett's. Sling the car in, wider line taken by the Sauber. Herbie getting close to the rear then, trying to sell out the move, going to try another cutback through the exit of Maggots, and what a move by the Alpine. The French outfit roars on by the kick Sauber, and Herbie through into ninth, but back comes Double G down the old pit straight. They will run side by side, Sauber and Alpine dueling and dicing here at Silverstone. Double G lunges it on the inside. They remain side by side through Luffield. Then it will be the momentum around the outside for Herbie. Then the inside for Beckett. For the inside for Luffield. And then Brooklands. And Herbie makes the move. Was a lovely duel here at Silverstone as we head down the Wellington straight. Taylor getting close to the rear, but on this occasion, not close enough. Action aplenty here for the battle for P6. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars here in the duel for the top 6 spot. Mackie, the only driver to stay where they started here, as look how close Taylor's getting to the rear of the Silver Arrows. Of Fortis here, a little bit deep there. I say a little bit very deep from Mackie, and as we apply the power, make our way down towards Stowe Corner, Mackie will try to seal up the exit. With that wider line, you can see that is taken. Fortis will wash out wide. Taylor will wash out wide. And then it's side by side between the Alpine. The Alpine gets through. Now this Sauber can look to make amends as well as they make our way on the braking side by side ahead between Furtis and Herbie. Wheel to wheel through Beckett in towards Maggots. Side by side they run. Herbie will have to back out of it. Then we go on the exit of Maggots. Down towards Cop's Corner we go, and Herbie will have to stay tucked up behind. And you've got to think Fortis will have to make a move on here and have to make amends here as Herbie washes out wide from the dirty air into the wall and out of the race. It's a virtual safety car. Into the wall, out of the race goes the Scarlet Ferrari. And surely any hope that Ferrari had of constructor's glory has been dashed in an instant. Surely you box. It's only a virtual safety car, but surely you take any benefit you can get. Into pit lane comes Shelby. Into pit lane comes Sheehan here. Make sure you don't speed, chaps. Sheehan's so close to the rear. But anyway, into the box, every single driver will come. Mackie will continue on more. No, they won't. Solar Cindy will lead the British Grand Prix then. And the green flag racing. So the green flag's prevailed here. Sheldon B will have definitely got a benefit of that, there is no doubt. But where does the championship leader come out in all of this? You can see that, look how close they are as they apply the power on the exit of the pits here. Sheldon B will keep ahead of Sheehan here. Sheldon B will come out behind RBK, but crucially have a bit of clean air here at Silverstone. But now the chance for Sheehan has arisen. Down the hangar straight we go. Sheehan will be gaining all the while, and the two former teammates at Imola are going to run wheel to wheel, and it's not even a contest. Sheehan moves to the net race lead at the British Grand Prix, but you've got to remember back to the safety car period. Your net race leader is Herbie, who has done 8 laps on that hard compound tyre here. Herbie will want to make the most of this. We'll have to manage their tyres here. If we look at the tyres, they're looking in okay condition at the moment here. Sheehan now getting close to the rear of RBK, and this could open the door back up to Sheldon B. We are about to pass the halfway mark here at Silverstone as we head down the Wellington Straight, down towards the Lupin entry. Sheldon B getting close. RBK getting closer to getting chased by the cars behind here, and the championship leader will get staying close all the while. Sheldon B will just be continuing to stay tucked up to the rear. And look at this, through Abbey Corner, the 3 cars will remain. Sheehan will look to make this move, but once again isn't close enough. Will Sheehan maybe think of a dive onto the inside? Wide goes the Racing Bulls, then very deep goes the Racing Bulls, and the championship leader will go right around the outside, and they will both pick off the Racing Bulls in a matter of corners here. And that's 1 down, 5 to go for Sheehan, 1 down, 6 to go for Sheldon B in the terms of winning the British Grand Prix. We head down the hangar straight. Sheldon B is gaining on the slipstream of Sheehan, but in towards Maggots and Beckett and Maggots, I should say. Sheldon B not close enough for this occasion. I didn't even know what fully happened. Herbie went slow through Cops, and then almost went into the back of him. Blah 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 blah. You were doing very well. It's unfortunate. Fortis, by the way, has retired in the pit lane. Okay. Anyway, next up on these guys' list is Sheehan. Well, no, next up on this guy's list is Sheehan. The next up on Sheehan's list is Katie in the Mercedes. We applied a throttle on the exit of the corner. Katie's been able to restore plenty of battery as we head down the Wellington Straight, down towards Aintree. Katie will be able to keep the place. This is a lovely helicopter shot here as we go on the braking through the loop just before we enter Village here. And Sheldon B, I'm going to keep this camera. This is a lovely camera here as we make our way then flat through Farm Curve, and then we'll go flat through Abbey to conquer lap 15 and head on lap 14 and head on to lap 15 of this British Grand Prix. And Sheehan once again will get close to the rear of the Mercedes, but under braking side by side. It was momentarily behind between Duty and RBK, but RBK peels into pit lane to go to a set. I can only presume maybe the medium compound tyres as we go through Stowe Corner. Surely Katie will be passed on this occasion, but Katie has actually got the DRS here, so we make our way down in towards Chappell and Beckett. They will remain behind Bilbo. The sole remaining Ferrari is a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Look how close Shallonby is to the rear of Sheehan here, the championship leader, looking to make the move. Katie as well, got Tanidran for company here. Tanidran leads Katie, who goes wide onto the grass, and that allows Sheehan and now Shallonby through as well. And now we make our way down towards Luffield Corner, and Shallonby will look for the move, but then all contact between the Haas and the Red Bull as we go through Luffield before Brooklands Corner, and surely either of them will roar on by as we head down the Wellington Straight, make our way down towards the loop. And I'll tell you what, the Haas is gaining. The Haas is gaining in the slipstream, gaining all the while. We'll think of the lunge down the inside at the loop, and they will make the move, force the Red Bull out wide. That this will allow the championship leader to try and make the move and sweep around the outside, almost tyre hooking their elbows out from the Red Bull as Mindmaster is the latest driver to get caught out by that downhill pit lane here. Shallonby is now will look to the inside line, side by side between McLaren and Red Bull at Silverstone. On the inside they run wheel to wheel, and Shallonby makes the move to get into the podium places, and now has a little bit of work to do to get back to the rear of Sheehan in the Haas. We make our way through Stowe Corner now, and the championship leader will keep firmly within that DRS. Solar Cindy is the sole remaining driver here left to box here at Silverstone, but continues to lead the way as Double G jumps up into 8th place now. As I say that, here comes Mindmaster, and that feeds you out, doesn't it? That feeds you out right into the path of the racing action here. Mindmaster will come out just behind, but it won't even be a contest here. Down the hangar straight towards Chappell and Beckett, and on this occasion, nowhere near a contest. The Williams driver prevails, moving up into 8th place in this Grand Prix, but Shallonby closing up to the rear of Sheehan in the Haas. And these two, ever since you saw the end of qualifying, were the favourites going into the Grand Prix. We saw Shallonby led the opening phases just before the pit stops. Well, I say just after the pit stops, they swapped around, and now it's just a matter of can Shallonby get back into position here. Shallonby has been the hunted in. Remember back to Sao Paulo where he had Sneck on his rear for around 40 laps. Where Sneck, really, to be fair, wasn't really making that move as the kick sour of Knoll has had a bit of a mistake on the exit Cops. But as we head down the Hamilton Straight down towards Club, Shallonby will remain behind Sheehan, but they are significantly catching Solar Cindy at an incredible rate of knot. Lap 17 of 26, 10 remaining here at Silverstone as we make our way through Stoke Corner. Look at the wider line. Sheehan is just inviting himself to take, but then that will result in more tyre wear here, and Shallonby's just being able to recharge that battery so well behind the rear of the Haas driver and the pole setter you have to add as well. Solar Cindy, when do they come into pit lane as well? Decent stint on the hard tyres. Obviously, remember we had the 4 laps. We've had the 4 laps under the safety car, which have allowed the tyres to just be able to stay in check, which is why you've said different strategies been deployed from the likes of Katie. As Mackie was doing wheel to wheel momentarily with Herbie. On this occasion, nothing happening there. But if we go back to the race leaders then, the net race leaders I should say, a gap has come down by another second here as we head down the Wellington Straight in towards Aintree, and then under braking for the loop here. Shallonby just continuing to close up as Herbie behind momentarily, but then finally past the kick salver up into P8 after starting in the top 4 here at Silverstone. Definitely not what they were wanting here, but there's all the chance for them to recover these positions here. They've got the youngest tyres. They've got the youngest tyres here of the top 8, along with Mindmaster, who has the 10-second penalty. Solar Cindy will continue on for another lap, and surely they will be able to catch him on this occasion here. And as we make our way down in towards Beckett's and Maggots once again on lap 18 of 26 here. If you have just tuned in here, we are around three quarters of the way through this reverse British Grand Prix. Your championship leader, you are watching Shallonby. It's currently on course to monumentally extend their margin ahead of Yuri Ahrens, who is a driver here, but they're not able to turn up for today's event. And as expected, the top 3 are now within 1 second of one another as Mackie makes the move on the kick Sauber. Mackie not holding that damage anymore, but now as we head down the Wellington Straight down towards Aintree and the loop, Sheehan getting closer to the rear of Solar Cindy, who will surely want to avoid any wheel-to-wheel action, and the stellar recovery from Cindy will probably be halted now unless they come into pit lane, because if they remain out, they're just going to lose so much more time. Or does Cindy want to be directly involved here? Solar Cindy will continue on more onto the 18th lap on this set of tyres. The 19th lap, sorry, 18 laps done on that set of hard compound tyres. We go through turn 1, and the crucial thing here for the championship leader, they have to follow Sheehan through. If they are stuck behind, even for Beckett's and Maggots, they will lose so much time here. We go on the exit of Stowe, and I don't think they're going to be able to get him here. We head down the hangar straight. Cindy's not using the battery here. This is race crucial now for Shallonby, as Cindy's passed by 1, passed by 2, and Shallonby crucially gets through into second place, and now it is properly game on at the front of the field. They have got that monumental gap behind. They can knock 7 bells out of each other here and probably still be able to hold their gap as we head through Copse Corner for the 19th time here. Head down the old pit straight, and the top 2 in the Grand Prix might be doing battle here. Shallonby, give us a show here in front of your home crowd. Has a look to the inside at Luffield, but on this occasion, nothing doing. Further behind, Theo Golden Baller as well, looking for that move on Tanidran. The Alpine is wounded though, with front right end plate damage here. Looking around the outside of Tanidran, who is the second oldest tyres here, and Theo will look for that move on the inside. But on this occasion, nothing doing here. Duty is in a net podium position here at Silverstone, and we'll probably look set for that podium position. They're going to be in no man's land after the course of this Grand Prix. Look how close the race leaders are though, making our way through Farm and onto Abbey throughout flat through turn 18 towards turn 1 again. Shallonby makes their way through turn number 1, and then turn 2 behind. Solar Cindy finally peels into the box there. 19 laps done on the set of the hard tyres. Lovely stint from the Aston Martin driver here, as Shallonby will once again stick to the rear as we head down the hangar straight down towards Chapel and back at Beckett's and Maggots here. I'm gonna actually start calling it Beckett's and Maggots once I commentate a race the right way. But anyway, Shallonby will continue to stick to the rear, and it's surely just a matter of time, because look how well Shallonby's able to stick. Sheehan's struggling with that battery here. I will turn that off in case anyone is trying to get a cheeky advantage here. Yeah, anyway, to make our way down in towards Luffield once again, and look how close the championship leader is continuing to get on the rear of the Haas driver on the exit of Brooklands down the Wellington Straight. Shallonby once again losing the battery, but as we make our way down towards Aintree and the loop, under braking now for the loop. Shallonby will close up under braking, but on this occasion not close enough as we head through Village for the 20th time. We're about to head on to lap 21. 6 laps to go here. Get your predictions. Who you think's going to win this one as we go flat out through Abbey and down the Hamilton Straight. 6 remaining here at Silverstone, and the home hero is looking to make amends, so looking to move back to the lead of the British Grand Prix here as we go through Vale towards Stowe Corner. Thought this is in the chat. Mackie slammed on his brakes directly in front of me going into pits and destroyed my front my front wing. Was too late to select a new one, so it's very unfortunate. The kick Sauber of Noel has had a little bit of an incident as well as we go through Beckett's and Maggots here, and Shallonby continuing to close up to the rear. Yellow flags are still being deployed here. It's actually a puncture for the kick Sauber of Noel. That's why the yellow flags will be continued to brought out. So Cindy now picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits here. But as we make our way down in towards Luffield, Shallonby will continue to stay close behind. Continues to show his nose. Continues to show their nose. But once again, nothing doing here. And surely they are just biding their time, trying to keep their tyres in check so they can go for a late race move. Noel's going to continue on with that puncture, the race leaders once again will get close to go on the braking for the loop. I say will no. He should come into the box. Yeah, in he comes. In comes the Kixauer, and will probably retire from the Grand Prix, although it is guaranteed points for them. They go on the braking, get the car stopped. But back to your race leaders. They get 4 tenths as we start lap 22. 5 laps remaining here at Silverstone. We head through Club before the Vale chicane. Through turn 2. And then turn number 3 further behind. Getting close to the rear was James on the Mercedes driver. The Mercedes driver prevailing and getting ahead of the Haas. But now once again as we go down the hangar straight, and Shalaby once again continuing to close up. But once again can't close up in towards Beckett's and Maggots here for the 22nd time here at Silverstone. We go on the exit of Maggots down towards Copse Corner here at Silverstone, where we've seen action, we've seen chaos. There's opening 7 laps for absolute chaos here. We didn't get an opening sector of racing here, as Mindmaster ran wheel to wheel with Theo in the Alpine, and Theo has now been passed by Mindmaster. Next up is Tanidran on their list. We'll have a look at tyres once again here. 20 laps Tanidran has done. How many laps did Noel do then? I'm now curious here, as that front right looks absolutely horrible on the Red Bull of Tanidran here as we go on the braking for Luffield. Down on the inside goes the Williams driver. They run wheel to wheel. There's both Alpines in the background as well, getting dueling and dicing. But as we make our way around the outside at Brooklands with a lovely move, and then we head down the hangar straight. The 2 Alpines run wheel to wheel. The 2 Alpines doing battle here, side by side between the 2 French outfits. Around the outside goes Herbie. Side by side they go. Late on the brace go Theo. Almost contact with their teammate, but it's a lovely manoeuvre from Herbie to get ahead of their teammate, and now Herbie will look for the move on the inside at Farm. Side by side through turn 2. Is it maybe a puncture for Tanidran? It might have been, you know, but he seemed to go very, very slowly. But back to your race leaders then. They will remain in single file on lap 23 of 26 here at Silverstone. Alpine running 5th and 6th, Aston Martin running 7th and 8th. And it stands at the moment, Shalaby though will continue to extend their lead ahead of the rest. And it will be a monumental jump in the Constructors' Championship here. Shalaby down the old pit straight we run. And once again, Shalaby just can't get close enough in towards Luffield. 3 laps to go when we cross the line next. But on this occasion, on lap 23, there will be nothing doing here. Further behind though, it was momentarily wheel to wheel between Mackie and Cindy. Cindy has got the place on their teammate, up 13 positions in this British Grand Prix from the Thai driver of Solar Cindy in the green machine, looking now to try and hunt down the 2 Alpines as we head down in towards Village, then towards Farm Curve and Abbey. We're about to lap 24 of 26 here. Yellow flags are being brought out, and could that be another puncture? This time for maybe Mackie here. And yes, it is. More puncture woes here at Silverstone. It's another puncture at the British Grand Prix. And that's with 10 lap old tyres. So Tanidran did phenomenally to go 20. Tanidran went 20 laps and didn't get a puncture. There's another puncture, as it may be. Someone's off the road. It's Theo's off the road. Something's happened to Theo now as Theo comes into the box. But back to your race leaders, if Theo's retired, maybe a technical issue for the Alpine driver as Theo leaves the session. Questions will be asked what's happened to the Alpine driver, but 3 laps remaining here at Silverstone. This is the closest that Shalaby has been as we head down the old pit straight, down in towards Luffield Corner. He's gaining once again, but once again can't get close enough. So he's going to have 2 more laps to do it here, unless there's a move into the loop or Atri or Village or Abbey or Farm. There's only a couple of corners left on this lap, and then after those couple of corners, 2 laps remaining here at Silverstone hit circuit as we go through Atri in towards the loop we go. Look how much, as there is another yellow flag. Is that maybe another puncture? It is another puncture. It's our 3rd puncture here at Silverstone. It's James now in the Haas with a puncture at Silverstone, and they're all going now. They're all going, and you've just now got to wonder, what are these guys having? What are these guys having? because James has got only 11 lap old hards. These guys have got 12 lap old hards. Well, no, they have the same tyre life because they've already done it. They've got the same tyre life here, and they're just able to keep it restored so much more here as we head down. We make our way down the hangar straight for the penultimate time. Yellow flags are still out because James is struggling to get their car rotated with that -1 tyre as we head through Beckett's and then through Maggots for the penultimate time in this Grand Prix. The question is, though, the tyre wear for the top two in the Grand Prix. They've been 1-2 for pretty much the entirety of the British Grand Prix. Will it be British Phenomenon or will it be Welsh Wonders here at Silverstone as we make our way through Woodcote in towards Luffield Corner, a little bit wide from Shannonby. A little bit wide from Sheehan as Shannonby likes to take that inside line. We head down the Wellington Straight for the penultimate time. Next time will be the final time of this British Grand Prix, making our way down towards Aintree and down towards the loop. Shannonby will stay behind on this occasion here. The front right not looking all that nice. It's further behind Herbie, getting close to the rear of Mindmaster. But as the crowd will roar on Shannonby to one final hurrah here at Silverstone. One more opportunity to take home race victory, to get the taste of it for a second time here as he runs wide on the curb to try and then sell up the exit through Vale. Make our way towards Stowe Corner here as Shannonby loses the car. And could that be home victory swept away with just one single mistake? Could it be good night for home race victory here? And the championship leader is struggling all the while as they make their way down the hangar straight. Sheehan surely is going to taste victory here at Silverstone here, and so make it through Beckett's and Maggots here for the final time. And Shannonby, the championship leader, will get one final chance. And look at the time they're gaining here through the straight, through Cobb's Corner we run. One more chance down towards Luffield Corner. Shannonby is gaining all the while, but once again not close enough as we go through Luffield for the final time. Brooklands will be the most crucial corner of these guys' Grand Prix. Through Brooklands, foot to the floor, down the Wellington Straight, down towards Aintree in the loop, and Shannonby will be gaining all the while as we make our way down towards the loop. Shannonby getting close again. Well, look at on the inside, side by side between the leaders here, and the British Grand Prix, the fans are roaring, rounding outside of the McLaren to apply the throttle, and then side by side into the grass goes Shannonby, and it's going to be Welsh Wonders as Sheehan round the final corner to win the British Grand Prix ahead of Shannonby. Shoved onto the grass was the championship leader. The stewards will look at that for sure, but it's Welsh Wonders here at Silverstone as Duty side by side with a lapped car of James. Duty will take the final podium spot from 5th, finishes 3rd. The top two stay as you were. 10-second for Mindmaster for an unserved for a penalty that was unserved. They should actually they keep 6th maybe. Very good effort from Mindmaster. Yellow flags are out. Oh, don't say it's another puncture. I know it's not. But it's Welsh Wonders. It's Welsh Wonders here in the... It's Welsh Wonders at the British Grand Prix. It could have been British brilliance, but it's Welsh Wonders instead, with Sheehan winning the British Grand Prix by 0.2 of a second here. But obviously the stewards could say something about it, because there was clearly nowhere near enough room left between from Sheehan on Shannonby here. 2 cars remaining. RBK and Mackie just waiting here as yeah, on circuit it is victory for the Welshman. It is Welsh Wonders here at Silverstone, and for the first time, last time out, it was the first ever time that we had a non-Ferrari or McLaren driver winning. We've now had 2 different constructors win in the last 2. Alpine won last time out, and now it's Haas winning. Shannonby will take 2nd, and in a race which was fully affected monumentally by tyre wear, like RBK has just mentioned in the chat. Absolute British phenomenon. Silverstone So it was another spectacle Silverstone here, which once again, it didn't. Silverstone, you do not disappoint, my friend. What a British Grand Prix that was. We raced the wrong way around. And safe to say, the wrong way around could be the right way to go around. Because that produced a lot more racing than I had expected. She and the Welshman makes it wonders for Wales at Silverstone. They've come over to Shaunaby's tarmac and said, thank you very much. I'm going to nab your pole and I'm going to nab your win as well. Shaunaby, the championship leader, nonetheless gains 25 points on Yuri in the championship and monumentally gains in the constructors. Duty in third. Oh my god, I apologise. Excuse me. Duty in third, Herbie in fourth, Solar Cindy last to fifth. Exquisite drive. Katie in sixth was a lovely strategy. Mindmaster in seventh with a 10-second penalty. But what a tip-top British Grand Prix that was. Obviously, the comms were nowhere near as good this week because obviously we were missing the particular Carl, which I hope, once again, I hope Carl was doing all well, but I hope I was able to produce some entertainment for you guys. But none the wiser, one more race has bit the dust. But when we go racing next week, it'll be a long one. It'll be a marathon race. It'll be a 100% race. What circuit? Nobody knows. Who knows? No one. Because of the fact I have no idea what track it will be. Hopefully I get told prior to the actual race day so I can make some notes. But nonetheless, obviously, I would love to do interviews, but obviously I can't because Xbox is crap, right? But nonetheless, we can conclude that one. My name's been Brio. And once again, Sheehan comes into chat finally. Wasn't the cleanest from you, Sheehan, at the end. At the final, at the village. Put the championship leader onto the grass. Tut, tut, tut. But none the wiser. The British Grand Prix is done. Another race has bit the dust here at Silverstone. And we've rolled on to the next race with 100% a full distance Grand Prix. And it's now going to take Yuri a monumental challenge here to be able to recover that gap, which was now jumps to 40. Mark Harris, you joined me for the reverse British Grand Prix. And as Carl would say, left, right, and good night. Goodbye, everyone.